Have you ever used a computer with a mushy keyboard? Well, fear not, as modern technology has fabricated the magnum opus of button-pressing science, the mechanical keyboard. These button platforms are called mechanical keyboards, which house individual 4-part switches under each key, which allows this style of keyboard to be more durable, easier to repair, and more customizable. Most modern-day keyboards come installed with a membrane or rubber dome, such as this floppy mess, which is virtually indestructible. These keyboards are made out of a key matrix that triggers each key press through the rubber domes in the switch, which also provides feedback or a tactile bump into the key press. One very common style of mechanical switches stems from a company called Cherry MX, who made it standard for their style of switch to be fitted into most mechanical keyboards. They come in a variety of different colors that all correspond to the style, actuation force, and tactile feeling. Tactile switches. Most commonly associated with the color brown, Cherry MX brown switches are tactile switches with a noticeable bump partway through the key press, which lets you know that you've activated the key. Clicky. Cherry MX blue switches are identical to tactiles in that they share a tactile event, although these clicky switches have an added click sound to match the tactile bump, and would annoy anyone sitting around you. Linear. And lastly, for those who are in need of consistency, Cherry MX red would be the best choice. Linear switches feel smooth when you press them down from top to bottom, which allows for the weight or actuation force to really shine. Whether you pick a heavy Cherry MX black or a light Cherry MX yellow switch, they're all commonly used for competitive gaming or for another purpose. Silent switches. These switches are for the office setting, or if you had an essay due late at night and your dorm buddy is trying to sleep. These switches use silicone dampeners to soften the typing feel and reduce some of the typing noise. They can be found in a variety of types, which include having a linear or tactile key press. Here's an example of the loudest switch, clicky, compared to my own keyboard, which has silent switches. From these three main switch types comes many variations, defined by their actuation force, how much effort it takes to activate each key, and by their actuation point, how far down you have to press to activate each key. Now, armed with that knowledge, go out there and become the NASA astrophysicist you've always wanted to be with the clickiest and most obnoxious keyboards possible, or whatever boats your float.
That's some juicy garbage right there.